The iPad Air 4. Everybody, it's here. Okay, let's jump right into this. Welcome back to The Infinite, you guys. I'm so glad to have you here on the channel today. I have a box here. I have this nice box here. It shipped yesterday. Technically, it shipped on Thursday. Today's Saturday. It was supposed to get here yesterday. I wasn't home. I had to pick it up this morning. Long story short, iPad Air 4 is here. I've also got with me on the table some other little goodies for you. iPad Pro box for you here. The iPad Pro in space gray. Okay, very nice. You can see that there. Very nice. And we got the iPad Air 3. Okay, white front. Classic look for the classic device. But we're not talking about, I've also got the iPad Air, the iPad Pro in silver here with the Apple Pencil. All right. That's kind of what we got laid out on the table this morning. Now, all of this is classic. We love all of it. But I'm here for a very specific device today. That is the brand new iPad Air 4, okay? Let's jump right into this, shall we? I'm going to whip out handy dandy, good old classic pair of infinity keys here. Whoa. Okay. Beautiful. That side's open. I saw it. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's check this out. Okay, looks like it's in here like this. I'm gonna pull this out here. Put the keys away. Pull this out. Pull this. Pull there. That comes out. Okay, don't need this anymore. Take this. Okay, Apple, again, as you saw yesterday on the iPhone 12 Pro unboxing, again, it's the same kind of thing, right? Loosen up the plastic, iPad comes. Right out. Okay, iPad Air 4. Now, I went with the sky blue color because I am a fanatic for blue, all right? You might even tell our light back here is matching that. I don't know how well you can see it. Beautiful sky blue color here, iPad Air 4. And man, I am very excited for this device. This is one of the Apple devices I've been the most excited for. In fact, I was waiting for it for a while until I decided to just go with the iPad Pro. So that's what I've got. But here we go. Let's try the iPad Air. I would legitimately switch over to this if it's good enough, okay? Keys back out. Oh, you know what? Keys back in. Look at this. Nice little pull tab here. Classic Apple, always making things better for you. I should ASMR this. Sorry. Wow. Replay that as many times as you'd like. In fact, I'm going to just make a little ringtone, and it's just going to be ASMR Apple unboxings. Okay, now I'm going to pull this out. Ready? Here we go. On the count of 3, I'm going to see how long it takes for the iPad to drop. Ready? 1, 2, 3, let go. Well, I need to hold it differently. Let's try that again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, let go. Got it. That's it. Screen up. We're going to want to keep this. What am I doing? Screen up. Okay. So there you go. That's the front of it, right? Pull this up. You're going to get the first look at the sky blue. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I like this a lot. Okay, I really like this. This is really nice. Okay, I'm going to set this aside right now. As you know, we always read the letters before we open the gifts. Okay, so we got a designed by Apple in California here. Put that aside. Oh, well, here we go. We also got Usbc charging brick, which is not included in the iPhones. So if you buy an iPhone and you're angry about the charging brick not being included, all you have to do, it's a very simple fix. You just buy a new iPad, and you'll get that charging brick right in there. So it's a really smart thing from Apple. Good marketing scheme, too. If you buy an iPhone, you have to buy an iPad if you want to charge it. Here we obviously have USB-C to USB-C to charge the iPad Air because the new iPad Air is USB-C. All right, so there's that. All right, so I'm going to set that to the side here. Table's kind of getting full, isn't it? Designed by Apple in California. Classic. Pull this out, see what we get. We get the iPad Air manual. Now, it's interesting, isn't it? This manual, as we're going to flip through this is going to look a little bit familiar. Oh, where have I seen this? Where have I seen this? That's right. in the leaked manual that was on this channel, everybody. You are watching The Infinite. That is where the leaked manual came originally. Not originally, but still, I'm just saying. This whole manual was leaked before the iPad came out. That's how we knew there was going to be Touch ID in the power button. All right, so I'm going to set that aside. Do we get any Apple stickers? Okay, they're here. Oh, man. They're just trying to hide in there. There we go. Man, those were incredibly difficult to take out. 2 Apple stickers, not one like the iPhone. Again, mad about only getting 1 Apple sticker in the new iPhone 12 Pro? Buy the new iPad Air 4, fixes your problems along with your phone. You have 2 devices now instead of 1. Everybody wins, right? Okay, 2 Apple stickers here. Boom. Designed by Apple in California. I'll set that aside. Okay, good. Let's get to the main event here, shall we? But you know what? Time out. Which brings me to the sponsor of today's video, Sprite. Sprite, drink. What is their slogan again? They're not the sponsor. Okay, iPad Air 4, sky blue. Oh my gosh, I'm really liking this sky blue. I'm serious. I love this even more than I thought I would, and I had a very high expectations. Okay, so you can see it. It's like a silvery blue. But in some lights, like for example, if I turn it like that for me, this literally looks like the silver iPad right now. Okay, in fact, I'll compare it in just a second, but that is exciting. I love this blue. That might make me want to keep this iPad for the blue. Literally, I'm not kidding. Okay, take this off, ASMR. Okay. Wow, it's really light. It smells weird. It smells weird, but this is a really nice device. My first impression is that it was light, not that it smells weird. Let's make sure that that's on the record. I always like to keep these things, so I don't know about you guys, I keep them. All right, boom, that's it right there. And you can see the power button here, right? You can see the power button. I mean, it's long and it's like a glossy finish, okay? So it's not a matte finish like you'll get on the iPad Pro. It's a glossy finish. And we're gonna compare these in just a second here. All right. Let's turn this on, shall we? There it is, okay? Apple logo comes on, we're in business. Oh, interesting too, because on the iPad Pro, the Apple logo is actually a lot bigger. It's about this size, and on here, you get this iPad Air size. Interesting. Technically, this is a 10.9-inch screen. I'm also gonna try it out with the case. All right. Okay, cool. So then you get this whole welcome thing, okay? Let's set this up. Welcome. Swipe up. Ooh, look at those colors. We just set up an iPhone yesterday. It did not have these colors. Okay, English. Gonna go United States. Set up. Okay, look, so I can actually bring this next to my iPad to set up. So I'm gonna set this. Actually, I'm sorry, but I'll just set it up here, I guess. All right. Bring the iPad over here. Set this up. And then it says put the code in the camera, right? So here we go, code in the whoa. All right, so I'm actually pulling out my Mac because it's not letting me set it up on my iPad. Whip this open. Touch ID, okay, so there's your intro to Touch ID. It says use your fingerprint in place of your passcode or Apple ID per password for purchases. Continue. I'd really like to see how this works. Okay, so I'm just gonna let's see. I'm actually gonna put my left finger on this button. Okay, and you can see just like that, it starts reading it, right? All right, so it wants me to keep on going here. I'll do it like this too, just so we can, almost done. So this is the new way to unlock the iPad. Finger up top. That's actually not too bad. I really like Face ID, but that's actually not too bad. All right, so setup's all finished. We got the home screen now showing, classic iPad. Now, the thing that I'm most interested in this iPad, well, there's actually a couple of things. First of all, Touch ID versus Face ID, okay? So the iPad screen still turns on when you tap it for the first time, but obviously Face ID doesn't work, okay? All I have to do on the iPad Pro is touch it, it looks, unlocks, I swipe up, we're done, okay? Let's see how it is on the new iPad Air 4. On this one, it's a little bit different because On this one, it's not touch and wake up. It's touch, touch ID, and then it opens. Okay, so once it scans touch ID, it automatically opens. Actually, that's not bad. I could get used to that. That's fast. So that's really fast. So it's not just touch, look, wake up. Now it looks like if I rest my finger on there, it even opens up for me. But I'm just saying, like, I can just tap this, let go, it's already unlocked. Okay, so it's super fast. Okay, so that's good. Let's see the bezels, because I was suspicious that the bezels were slightly a different size. But I'm looking here. Look at the two bezels next to each other. It looks like the iPad Air bezels are a little bit wider. I can't tell. Can somebody confirm that for me? Is iPad Air a little bit wider bezels? I honestly, I can't tell. It seems a little wider. Yeah, when I look at it like this, I think the iPad Air bezels are a little bit wider. Okay, so that's one thing. Touch ID works super well. Obviously, the Apple Pencil 2 works on the iPad Air 4 as well. I can just slap that on here. It's gonna say Apple Pencil, and it'll give me some tips on how to use it. Now, here's the other question. How well does the new iPad Air 4 fit into the smart connector? Smart Folio, not the smart keyboard folio, but the smart folio, okay? So does this fit into here? Yes, it does. In fact, it fits perfectly. So I think, the iPad Pro, right, it's an 11-inch screen. The iPad Air is a 10.9-inch screen. And I guess that the iPads are exactly the same size, but the screen on the iPad Air is a little bit smaller because, okay, so that's the bigger bezels, right? Okay, so it fits perfectly into this. The only difference is you see the camera, right? So the camera's gonna be up here in the top corner, but it still works with the square cutout because that square cutout is meant for the 2-camera system, 1 LiDAR system of the iPad Pro, as you can see there, okay? Now let's compare the colors because like I said, this sky blue is really kind of throwing me for a loop. I like it a lot, okay? I like it a lot, okay? So here's the silver color. Okay, you can see that, really pretty silver. Here is the sky blue. Okay, so you can kind of tell, you can kind of tell that it's sky blue. And in some lights, like when I'm looking at it right here, let's see where I can get it for you. Like right there maybe, you're like, okay, that's blue, right? Like that-ish. But that, you're like, okay, that's a silver iPad. Like some of these lights, you see it's like, oh, it's silver. Sometimes it's blue. Like right there, it's pretty obviously blue. So I really like this color. I'll be honest. I like this color a lot. Okay, I'm really excited about this color. Jeez, that is cool. Okay, and then the only thing that I don't like is like in this mode, for example, when I have it in portrait mode, I mean, I can't just tap the screen and unlock it. Whereas on the iPad Pro, I can easily just tap the screen, swipe up because it scans my face. Here, if I'm gonna tap the screen, swipe up, it's like it's still light. So then I have to touch the Touch ID, right? Oh, and it's not even that finger. I did this finger. So obviously I would do both fingers and then I'd do this one too. But there's no more tap screen swipe up. So that is a benefit of the iPad Pro. Okay, so here you have the iPad Pro. Let's compare our colors a little bit if we can. Okay, so you got silver in the middle, space gray on the right, the iPad Air blue on the left. And I'm telling you, this blue is really tripping me out because it's different colors in every light. Okay, so there's a little color comparison for you. Space gray, silver, sky blue. Okay, really cool. Now let's look quickly at the iPad Air against the iPad Air 4 against the iPad Air 3. Okay, so here on my left hand, I'm holding the iPad Air 3. Here on my right, holding the iPad Air 4. So size-wise, you can see that the iPad Air 4 is a little bit smaller. Okay, it's a little less tall. Side to side, it's basically exactly the same. It's a little bit wider. Okay, so it's a little bit wider. So the new iPad Air is a little bit wider. It's a little less tall. They're basically the same size. Thickness, you can see there. It's basically, it's basically 6s. The thickness is basically 6s. The thickness is basically the same on these. okay? The main difference that you're gonna get here, I mean, obviously there's a lot, like the new Apple Pencil that you get to use on the iPad Air 4 versus the iPad Air 3. You also get rid of the bezels, of course. This is a 10.5 inch screen. The new iPad Air 4 is a 10.9 inch screen. And wow, after just holding that, I mean, this is significantly lighter. The new iPad Air 4 is significantly lighter than the iPad Air 3, okay? But they're both Air. As far as the iPad Air 4 versus the iPad Pro, it's about 6s, okay? As far as weight goes, it's about 6s. iPad Pro on the right, iPad Air on the left. They're about the same weight. I honestly think that the iPad Air might actually weigh a little bit more. I'd have to check out the specs. But it's a great form factor. Loving this blue color. Here you have a silver again on the left. This is a really, really great color. Okay, so those are kind of my first impressions of the iPad Air 4. Obviously, more to come. I'd like to do a full review on this because I am legitimately trying to decide if I keep the iPad Air 4 or the iPad Pro. I honestly don't know. Okay, so we're gonna have to look into that further. But those are my first impressions. Thank you so much for watching The Infinite. I would love it if you subscribe to the channel down below. That'd mean the world to me, as I am a new YouTuber and trying to build up the channel. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody who's watched all of my videos so far. Please subscribe, tell your friends, like the video. Any questions, comments, anything that you wanna know about the new iPad Air 4 Sky Blue, you comment down below. I reply to every single comment. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. Check out Mighty Note on the App Store. All right, thanks so much, you guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.